Y'all, we are going to open a Sassy sauce package tonight. This has 5 different group customs for Facebook groups in this package. It was sent to me by Sassy Sauce to show off to y'all. All the thoughts and opinions are of my own. The live is of my own doing. Y'all know the drill. Getting all that out of the way for YouTube. Hello, Laura. Hello, Jen. Hello, Kiss Me Marv. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Becky. So excited to have everyone in. Let's send this to our broadcasting group really quick. That one. Does anyone else have to make their own like soundtrack when things are quiet? Is it just me? Jen says, hey, I'm having water tonight. Wow, me too. Not that that's a surprise, but yes, we're having water again tonight. Yay for hydrating. Y'all, I feel like this is a little bit bright. Maybe it's because my blinds are open and there's actually sunshine, but I just feel like, what does this do? Hold on. No, I don't like that. I don't know. I feel like I'm extra glowy, but not necessarily in a good way. Okay, I'm going to scoot this forward a little bit. Maybe, I don't know if that's better or not. But anyways, so yes, Sassy Sauce Polish. She is doing group customs for 5 different Facebook groups. We have the Shades of Cyan Facebook group, Yellow Polish Lovers, Multichrome Madness, Purple Polish People, and the Precious Pearls, Metals, and Magnetics lacquer group. That one's crazy hard to say. Hello, Richard. Welcome, welcome. Jen says, I have a concert tomorrow, so extra hydration today. Yes, and then you can drink even more there. So prep is the way to go, right? Yeah, okay, let's start opening these while we chit chat and such. I hope everyone's having a fantastic Monday. Okay, we have info. Oh, and there's a little something extra in here. Carrie was very ahead of the game and got these sent out ASAP, like stress got them out, and then realized that they are actually for April and she thought they were for March. So all the labels say March 26 group customs, and she has also sent replacement labels for the bottoms. So because I don't open these until we are here together, I have not changed out my labels yet, which means technically your label shots tonight will say 3/26, but everything here is going to come out April 1st at 11 a.m. Central on Sassy Sauce's website. Hello, Mama Cherry. Hello, Maria. So yeah, so that's just a little fun background insight, a little snippet of indie information that you won't get elsewhere. So shh, don't tell anybody that I told you that. But it again does tell you that Carrie was super prepared and was like, had these all done months before she had to. First one we have open is called Chicky. This one is for the Yellow Polish Facebook Lovers group. This is a really, really pale yellow, and then it has a gorgeous golden shimmer. It's almost bronzy gold. And then it has, I think those are purple glitters. They could be red glitters. I believe they are purple, like magenta-esque glitters inside here. It's very pretty, very glowy. And y'all, honestly, I'm not the biggest yellow fan. Over the last couple years, swatching, I've grown to enjoy it, but it is not my favorite color. It's never looked great on my skin tone. I do not wear clothing in yellow ever. It's kind of hard being a Leo because everything is made yellow for Leos, and it just doesn't go great with me. So I'm very happy that this is more of like a pale yellow with a gold shimmer. It's very like goddess-esque. Like I'm down with this yellow. Like this, we can get behind this yellow. So very pretty, very shimmery. What do we have next? I see Hollow, maybe? Jen, I love a pastel yellow. It was my first polish obsession shade. Ooh, I love that. Hoopty says, Leos unite. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, I've just never loved yellow. Now, I like that July's birthstone is a ruby, and I really, like, I look good in red. I don't wear a lot of red unless it's cardinal season, and y'all know. But I don't wear a ton of red, but I think I look good in red. I definitely don't wear red nail polish. We've talked about that many times. But I like that I look good in that. But yeah, I don't look good in don't look good in yellow. Mama Cherry says, love your wall. Thank you. I'm very happy to have it back up finally. At some point, I will post a reel of it done. At some point, I will also post the reels of it being done and put up, because I did time-lapse videos of that part of the project too. Just haven't had time to post that. And I also have like a fun office kind of tour video, reel that I want to make, but again, haven't had time. I also need to like finish straightening up the office now that the wall is done. That's great. My left side of my desk that y'all can't see over here is decent, but I have like the polishes, you know, that were like goopy that I want to try and save. So I need to figure out those. I also found the Victorian Varnish Christmas Winter Gothic Advent. I don't remember the actual name of it, y'all. I thought that I already went through that box and put it away, and I didn't. So I found that, and I need to do that too. Hello, Mandy. So I need to clean up my desk a little bit more, and then I want to do like an office tour thing. I just haven't gotten to that. So eventually, one day, maybe that'll get done. This one is the Shades of Cyan Facebook group. This is called Angel Wings. It is a very pretty periwinkle base. That's what I'm going with. Because it does have a slight purple tone to it. And then it has this gorgeous shimmer. Oh yeah, there we go. Again, that orange bronzy gold kind of shimmer. And then it looks like it has green and purple, or just green. It's got some reflectives. Let me find my flashlight and make sure it's up. Yes. Ooh, look at the sparkles in this. I think they're green. Maybe they're blue. Green and blue. I don't know, y'all. We'll read the description together in a little bit, but it is very sparkly, definitely reflective. Jen says, my husband is familiar with you now, knows your voice, and even noticed you had your hair touched up. LOL. Ah, well, I'm glad that he notices. I feel like I'm part of the family now. Yes, the wall's done. Hair's been touched up a few weeks ago. I've been wearing it down mostly, and then today it just wasn't happening. Well, to be fair, I was also soldering batteries today, and I get a little bit edgy with things on me, so it just got put up today. So, but yay, I'm so glad, and tell him thank you for noticing. Not to be creepy, just telling you you're in my fave live. Aw, well, thank you, Jen. Not creepy at all. I didn't take it creepy, I promise. Next up, we have the Multichrome Madness. Again, if you're just popping on, these are all Facebook group customs. I don't believe you have to be part of these groups. Hello, Rebecca, to be able to purchase them, but it would behoove you to go join these groups. Hello, Laura, so you don't miss other polishes like these. These groups, especially these specific groups that we're doing tonight, they do group customs almost every month from different brands. So if you want to get other group customs, or you want to see other fantastic polishes, because obviously like Multichrome Madness group, you're going to see a lot of multichrome polishes. So if you love multichromes, go join the group, see other multichrome polishes coming out, and get access to other group customs. So I highly, highly recommend that you go join all of these Facebook groups. I'm in them obviously to show off swatches, but I've been in them before I was swatching. Like if you're a fan of any of these polishes, and there are other ones out there, there are Lacquered in White, Beyond the Pale, I think is what it's called. Black Hearted Beauties, it's a black polish group. There's tons of them. There's red ones and glitter ones, and there's a Crelly, Crazy for Crellys. There is a group for every type of polish. So definitely go to Facebook and check it out. But these 5 Facebook customs I'm showing you tonight are for specific Facebook groups. And I definitely think you should go check out the groups and join those. Most of them have where did you hear about us? Feel free to mention me. Feel free to mention Sassy Sauce, however you want to do it. But I would definitely go join these groups. So as I said, this one is for the Multichrome Madness. It is called Never Have I Ever, and it is a beautiful multichrome. I feel like we have a green to purple to pink shift for sure, and then it is loaded with green reflective glitters. This is very pretty, very watermelon-esque. Oh, y'all, my flashlight was on and I turned it off. Yay, okay, and it's not just like it didn't work today, because I still don't know why the live the other night my flashlight just said nope. Ooh, look at the sparkle in that. You can see that shift more. So it's green at the extreme, and it goes down into a magenta and then pink with those sparkles. Very cute. We have 2 more. Like I said, we have 5 total tonight. Ooh, you know what? Okay, maybe I haven't gotten to it yet. I know, because y'all know I prep for things, and I have water ready. I have the magnetic ready. We have... Were they labeled? Okay, none of these are labeled it. I swear, y'all, we have 2 magnetics and a thermal. But maybe... Yep, okay, so this one's not labeled magnetic. The Multichrome Madness is a magnetic as well. I was like, I know these are... So I'm not sure if the thermal one will be labeled or not. I know it's on the info sheet. So when we get there, we'll know for sure. So here is the Multichrome Madness magnetized. We get this really beautiful dark purple base. And then you have a purple orangish magnetic line, and again the reflective glitters in that. Yes, okay, so not only is this a multichrome, but it is also a magnetic, y'all, and a reflective. Wow, that's a lot in one bottle. Oh, and we're getting with the balls, always with the balls, y'all. Okay, this is really, really cool. It definitely gets a little bit darker than I typically wear, but because it's like that dark kind of greenish, you know, I love my greens, whatever color they are. So I'm really digging that with that pink line across it. Oh, and I ripped a bubbler. Hello. Got it. Okay. Next. Okay, this one is label magnetic. Richard says that's fine. Also, Richard, I called you Hoopty forever because I love your handle, and I was like, I have to call you Hoopty. But now that like we've met, I feel weird calling you Hoopty, and I find it hard for me to not call you Richard. But if you want me to go back to Hoopty, I will try my best. Okay, next we have Voila for the Precious Pearls Magnetics Facebook group. That one always gets me. This one obviously is a magnetic. It is a really pretty, like, ethereal kind of polish. I feel like this is gonna be a little bit sheer, but it's really pretty. It's like a grayish base, and then it has this blue, purple, magenta shimmer to it. And then let's grab our magnet. Ooh, okay. Well, first of all, darn balls got in the way. Okay, so we're this like glowy purple base, and then it has a gray pink line. Okay, I'm gonna put the flash on it so you can see that a little bit better. This is very cool. It's very like, it makes me think of like a spirit, like a poltergeist. I don't know, like it's just glowy and I don't know. It's very ethereal. That's the word I have for this one. It's really, really pretty though. Very glowy. I'm excited to see this on a swatch stick. I do expect this to be a little bit sheer on a clear swatch stick, so we'll see how the opacity builds up on that. Richard says, haha, whatever works for you, it's all good. Well, I'm glad. Thank you. And then we have one more. This is our thermal. Okay, I'm glad that I thought about that, because again, I did glance over the info sheet. Like I said, y'all, I never read this stuff. You get my very first impression here. Hello, Chrissy loves. Yeah, you guys get my first impression. I do have to glance over the info sheet so we can prep, so I know, like, do I need hot water? Do we need magnetics? What do we need? So I don't really read the descriptions. I just read for it to be like, when hot, when cold, magnetic line. And then I'm like, oop, that's a magnetic. And we stop reading. So this one is labeled a thermal. So I'm sure that y'all's Never Have Ever, if you order it from the Multichrome Madness group, I'm sure it will have a magnetic sticker on top like she usually does, like the magnetic group does. It just got missed on mine, which it happens, y'all. Like I said, she was getting these out because she thought she was behind. She rushed, and then found out she was a month early. So it makes sense that something got overlooked. Okay, the last one here is for the Purple Polish People Facebook group. I always love that name, and it always makes me think of the Purple People Eater song. Like, that always gets in my head. Also, I apologize if it's now in your head. But this one is called That's My Type. It is a beautiful glowing purple. Again, this is a thermal, so feel free to take your guesses on what it's going to turn to. I'm going with a light purple. I'm feeling like a lavender against this, since it's for the Purple Polish People group. But I guess it could also be a clear. Hello, Jen. Welcome, welcome. Look at the glow on that. It has such a beautiful shimmer. Definitely excited to see this in its hot state. Jen is one-eyed, one-horned, blind purple people eater? Isn't it flying purple people eater? Uh-oh. Have I been saying it wrong my whole life? Is it the blind purple people eater? Oh, we gotta Google this now, Jen. We have to Google this. Oh, I love how okay. One eye, one horn. It is flying purple people eater. Okay. Unless, is there another? No, it's totally flying purple people eater. Okay. I mean, I definitely could say it wrong. The whole, Laura says, I always said flying. Jen says it's flying. Mandy says, I think it's flying. I always knew it was flying. Hello, Frida. We're having a lyric discussion here. Chrissy, Facebook Customs always almost made me want to get back on Facebook. Who wouldn't want to be part of the Purple Polish People, right? It's such a good name. Jen says, oh, my bad. Okay, all right. I was like, I don't know. I'm probably crazy. And y'all know I get a lot of things wrong. I mispronounce things. I confuse things. So like 100%, I would not have been surprised if I just had that wrong. So And also, Chrissy, you do not have to be part of these Facebook groups for tonight's customs. Now, sometimes you do have to be part of them. Sometimes you can get a discount code if you're in it. You don't have to actually be in there, but you can get it cheaper. These 5 tonight, you do not have to be part of the group. But if you're on Facebook and you want to see other polishes like these, if you like purples and you want to join that group, if you like magnetics and you want to join that group, you'll see other magnetic swatches. Plus, most of these brands do a monthly group custom from different brands each month. So that would allow you to have access to more customs that way. But for this purpose, you do not have to have a Facebook or part of the Facebook groups to purchase these. I will also note that these come out April 1st at 11 a.m. on Central Time on Sassy Sauce's page. And my information says they will be available from the 1st through the 30th of April. I've had previous group customs before, and I have been told that they actually are available until they sell out. I don't know if that's totally true or not. So I would put it in your calendars that you have the month of April to purchase these. If it goes longer and you happen to be on the site and you're like, oh, I never snagged that one and it's there, that's great. That's cool. But for tonight's purposes, I would just mark it that you have the month of April to be able to purchase these. That way you don't miss out on it if you want them. Chrissy says, that's fun. I think it'd be very bad for my pocketbook to join any of these groups. That is true. But if you're like, oh, I don't have enough greens and you're looking for greens, you can join. Y'all, I don't know if there's a green polish group. I feel like there's not, because I would be in it. And that would be bad for my pocketbook. So I don't think there is one. I know we have shades of cyan for blue. You have yellow polish for yellow, purple people eater for purples. There's red. I think it's just called red polish lovers for reds. You've got lacquered and white beyond the pale. You've got black hearted beauties. There is an orange one. I think it's like orange you glad for polish or something like that. It's a pun. There is a brown, you spin me right brown. I love that name. There is the metallics group. I think it's precious pearls, metals, and magnetics. And I think it handles gold, silvers, that kind of thing. There's, glitzy glitter, something like that. Crazy for Crellies. There's a lot of them out there. If you just Google nail polish groups on YouTube, if you go to YouTube and search nail polish group, you'll probably find a whole lot of them. There is, not sure the name, Green Polish Forever. Okay, I'm probably in it. I probably just don't go to it very often because I need to not spend the money, but thank you, Jen. Okay, so we have everything open. Like I said, we have 2 magnetics and 1 thermal tonight. So we will probably do the magnetics first just to get them out of the way. And then we'll just go from there. We'll go with the vibes, the feels, whatever y'all want to do. We'll probably do the thermal last. I know that some people really love thermals and you hate that I wait till last for it. But I just hate getting water all over my thing. It's an OCD thing, and like, it's a very much neurospicy thing for me. I hate getting sticky or wet or like goopy. I don't know. So if I get water on my surface, then there's water on it for the rest of the live, and it just bugs my brain a little bit. So we will probably do the thermal at the end like we do. We'll do magnetics first so that they can get done, and then we can have all of our space for working. So that being said, also y'all, look at these descriptions tonight. She is stepping up her game with descriptions. They are so fun. They are so sassy, based off of the previous ones we've had the last few lives. So I'm very excited to read these. I'm probably only going to read the description to you once and then just reiterate if it has shimmer or magnetic or reflective or whatever, because these are a storybook, which is great. It's fun to have a background story to the polishes. I will probably lose my voice if I read these over and over for every layer. So please know that. I love them, but you're going to get them once. Every polish, as I said, comes out April 1st, 11 a.m. Central Time on sassysaucepolish.com. They will each be $13.50, period. Like, that's just, they're each $13.50 priced, all 5 of these. Crazy love. I feel like on that, I have all the sensory issues and weird things. It's not weird things. It's nice things. A lot of people call it neurospicy. I tend to refer to that one. I did hear someone call it neurosparkly once, and I loved that, but my brain just doesn't seem to let that stick in there. But yeah, we just have some differences, and that's cool. That's fine. And we get through it, right? You know, like when your sock annoys you and you have to fix it 6 times. Drives Kevin nuts. Or I'll put my boot on and I'm like, nope, gotta fix the sock again, and I'll put it on again. I'm like, nope, round 3, until the sock is just right, because otherwise it will be in my brain forever if I don't fix my sock. I'm actually about to I have probably 50, 60 pairs of socks. Not holiday themed socks. Y'all know my Christmas, my Halloween, all those are different. But I have tons and tons of cute socks, and I wear the same 8 pairs over and over and over again. So I need to get rid of all the others and just go buy more of the same 8 pairs that they're all the exact same. Also, if anybody has tried Bombas, let me know what you think of them, because supposedly Bombas doesn't have the toe seam, and that's what really bugs me. I'm not committed to the price of Bombas yet, but if y'all know what I mean by the driving you nuts and it not sitting right, then let me know what you think of those, or if you have one that you like, because yeah, it drives me absolutely insane. Jen says, same, and my son is autistic and his particularities have rubbed off, not even counting my alphabet of issues. I get that. I totally get it, Jen. Christy says, Jen, we are just becoming besties with all the similarities we seem to be discovering each live. That's true. You two should be chatting outside of this, because you really do have a lot of commonalities. Jen says, for real. Okay, I'm going to flip you all over. We're going to turn on the air purifier. Bombastic. Is that a sock recommendation, Mandy? Because if it is, we get in a Post-it to write it down, because you'll know I won't remember. But that's why I keep my Post-its handy. Also, that, if you didn't know, was Lynn B's polish pickup name for March was Bombastic Side-Eye, which I loved it. Oh my God, no, LOL. All my small whole family is on the spectrum and picking up due to their particularities. I get that. Also, I pick up traits, like personality traits, not necessarily like little dig things, more like if we're like, y'all, we go to Tennessee, we go to Nashville often. We love Nashville, and I have a little bit of a Southern accent, not a big one, but when we go to Nashville, I pick it up and it gets so thick and like it makes no sense, but it's just, I'm around it, so it's like I can't not do it. When we went to Texas, I was really worried that was going to happen and people would be like, what is wrong with you? But thankfully it didn't. Actually, most of the people we talked to in Texas didn't have Southern accents at all, which I don't know if I just had this weird thought in my head of Texans and it was wrong, or if we just talked to the wrong people in Texas. I don't know. But yeah, anyways, Mandy said, oops, hit send too early. Bombas are fantastic, worth the money. Okay, cool. I've heard other people really recommend them. I think they sound great. I also love that they donate them. I just want to, they're expensive, so I want to make sure before I buy them. Oh my God, I've already done the accent thing. It's so weird and absolutely unintentional, right? It's just you're around it and you just pick it up. But I find myself with that, like movies. Like we'll go see like The Fast and the Furious, and I'll be like driving, and I'm not driving crazy, but in my brain I'm like driving crazy. I don't know. Maybe that also is a neurosparkly thing. It probably is. At this point, I think we're all just neurosparkly. But Jen says Texas didn't have much accent when we went San Antonio. See, that's where we were. We were San Antonio, so maybe it was the area. Also, we went for my cousin's wedding, who is Midwestern born and raised. But his wife and family is from San Antonio. I don't know. I did meet a guy from the UK who had a very thick UK accent. Hello, Ursuline. Welcome. Okay, I'm gonna flip you all around. We're gonna get into these swatches. I'm also gonna turn on my air filter before we don't do that. So there we go. Like it is on. Flipping y'all. Scooching you down. All right, I'm going to zoom you in a little bit. Also, because lately I feel like my info sheet has been making Instagram really not focus, I have decided not to stick, it's a Post-it, y'all. I've decided not to stick it down. I'm going to have it here for screenshots, so y'all can screenshot the information, and then I'll move it off screen, and at the end we can bring it back whenever we have our swatch wheel done too. Just that way maybe my thing will focus better, so we will see how that does. Oh, you were saying Bombas were fantastic and it combined into bombastic, and now I love that. I don't know why that took me so long for that to click, Mandy. Chrissy says, like, I don't have an absurd accent of my own being from Philly. It's mostly only real life exposure, but if I binge a show, I'll pick up the accent and don't realize it. Exactly. Like, I know I have a little bit of an accent, but when we're around people with a thicker Southern accent, mine definitely gets thicker. And Kevin makes fun of me for it. Not really makes fun of me, but he does tease me about it. He's like, oh yeah, there's your Southern coming out again. And y'all, I'm Missouri born and raised, so we're not even really Southern. We're not even technically Midwestern. Nobody claims us. We're just in the middle of the U.S. You talk to Midwestern, and they're like, Missouri's not Midwest. And you talk to Southern, they're like, no, you're not Southern. Nobody wants Missouri to be part of their area. But I don't know. I'm a Midwestern with a little bit of Southern sass. I got it. Okay. Here's this. Hopefully y'all screenshotted it. If not, again, it'll be back later. It's just everything I'm going to tell you tonight. I know a lot of people like to have a visual aid as well. I did label each Facebook group and their polishes to go with it, so you know which group to go check out if you want to join those. Again, they're all $13.50. Come out April 1st, 11 a.m. Central Time on Sassy Sauce's website. And I do believe they are only supposed to be available through the end of April. I could be wrong on that, but that's what the paper says. But I have heard that if they're still available, if they're not sold out, then you can still get them later. I don't know for sure, so I would just put it in your calendar so you make sure you snag it in April. Okay, we're going to scoot this out of frame. And because we're starting with our magnetics, I'm going to get my glamour gear here. And I know we've used this one, but I'm really shocked by the lack of beauty wounds that are on this. I got a little polish there. That's it. So we're going with the green and red Christmas. Also, how cute are the sparkles on that? This is what we're going with tonight. And of course, we're going to do swatch sticks with our magnetics. Grab our first magnetic polish. We'll probably go with the Precious Pearls, Metals, and Magnetics one first because it is very clearly a magnetic. Mandy says, I hear Missouri and immediately think of Kathleen Madigan. I love her. I should probably know who that is, but I am horrible with names. If you can tell me what she's in, I'll probably get that, or if she's a singer or an artist or who she is, I don't know. Chrissy Lift says, so clean. I know, right? We got to dirt her up tonight. It don't feel right. We got to get some beauty wounds going on there. Frida, apparently if my daughter talks to me on the phone, she suddenly sounds English to other people. I personally don't hear it. Okay. Jen says, love a Christmas cog, right? I mean, red and green doesn't have to only be Christmas, right? It's just when I bought it. It's Valentine's Day and St. Patrick's Day. We're just very ready for those holidays too. Okay. Here is our Precious Pearls, Metals, and Magnetic Group Custom. This one is called Voila. I think it could be Viola, but I'm pretty sure this one's Voila, right? Oh boy, now I'm questioning myself, y'all. Do I need to make my phone say this? I was all like so confident in that being Voila, and like now I'm questioning myself. Okay, no, it is Voila. Okay. We're right. We're good. Everybody's fine. Everything's cool. Yeah. All right. Mandy, oh my word, she's a comedian. Very funny. She talks about growing up in Missouri. Ooh, okay, I'm going to have to check her out. Again, y'all go into my handy dandy post-it notes because we won't remember stuff, but we love comedy here. So I definitely need to check her out. And honestly, I may know her and just not know her name. Okay. Writing her down. Boom, on the post-it. All right. It is Voila. Okay, I thought so. Wish I had gotten the glamour gear. I wonder if it's still available. She did have some new colors for the latest launch. I missed it, and I'm kind of kicking myself personally. But I know that she does more. So, Chrissy, I live and die by post-it notes. Same. And I'm very visual. So, like, even though I could put it in my phone, I'm going to forget I made a note. So if it's on a post-it and I see the post-it, I'll remember it. Okay, let's go back to Voila here. It is, again, these are like novel descriptions, so bear with me for the first time, and then we'll do brief descriptions for the other coats. So $13.50, as I said, group custom for the Precious Pearls, Metals, and Magnetic Lacquer fan group. If you're not a member, please join. Okay, yeah. This magnetic polish is a warm, smoky bronze taupe base infused with a luminous magnetic shimmer. When magnetized, the shimmer pulls into a sharp cat eye beam that flashes icy green, electric blue, and hints of violet, slicing cleanly through the warmer base. The surrounding base stays softly earthy and metallic, almost mushroom bronze, which makes the cool glow pop even harder. Shimmer is fine and silky, giving a glass-smooth liquid metal effect rather than a sparkle. As the light shifts, the beam changes color and motion, moving from blue-green to violet with a subtle lime halo at the edges. Overall vibe, ancient artifact. Y'all, I'm going to try and do the magnetic line while we do this because I feel like we need that description with the line. Overall vibe, ancient artifact meets sci-fi, moving from blue-green. Nope, sorry. Totally skipped a line there. Overall vibe, ancient artifact meets sci-fi glow stick. It's grounded, sophisticated, and moody, but that magnetic line feels alive, like light trapped under the surface and waiting to escape. This one can be layered on top of your favorite shades to enhance opacity. Ooh, okay, so we can use this magnetic as a topper too. All right, I'm gonna try and pull that line again. I know the air bubble always gets in the way. It has a very beautiful glowy line in this. I'm excited to see this out of the bottle. Frida says yes to Voila. Okay, thank you, Frida. Also, how is your Monday going, Frida? Tax season, I know it's rough, baby. Chrissy Love says, my bestie recently ordered me a pack of neon mini Post-its, and they're my favorite thing in life. I love them. Honestly, hold on. Well, it doesn't matter if you see this information because we already went over this live. I have a ton of these that Pokemon sent us at work to give out. I mean, tons and tons and tons of these, and we do give them out all the time. But I have a stack at home that I use for this. So I have Pokemon ones here. I use these little flag ones to label my polishes with their due swatch dates and then their post dates. And these actually, I use my erasable markers that I use on my Post-its for the lives, so I can reuse these Tabby's things. I have miniature ones. I have so many, and there are Post-its in every drawer, every corner of the house, so I can always write things down. All right, let's do voila. I'm going to zoom you all in so you can see the glamour gear a little bit more. You can see what's happening. We are going to do a velvet as well as a bar magnet like we usually do. Chrissy says she's pretty in the bottle. Can't wait to see that as a topper, honestly. I feel like I should have done a black. Okay, hold on. Let me grab a black really quick. I'm literally just going to reach in my black drawer and get whatever opaque black I grab. And I'm going to do, I'll have to get another swatch stick somewhere. Hello, honestly. Boom. Okay. I'm going to do a black swatch stick too. I'm going to let this dry. And then when we do our second coats, we can, we'll do it as a topper because I do think we should see this as a topper. So we're just going to do black. I also think it's going to be gorgeous over black. So I'm going to let this dry until we do our second coat of it. Also, if y'all care, that's Victorian Varnishes Obsidian. Literally just the first black I could get out of the drawer. Okay, now we're going to do our first coat for a bar magnet here. Again, this is Voila for the Precious Pearls, Metals, Metallics, Magnetics Facebook group. Yeah, she definitely sheer on that first coat, which I did expect. Let's get it down on the bar magnet. And then we'll do a velvet one. Pokemon Post-it. Chrissy says Pokemon Post-its. Yes, I have so many of those. Jen says I have VB Post-its here. I do have my VB Post-its too, but they were a little more buried than my Pikachu ones, and my Pikachu ones are larger. Those little bitty tab things are great, aren't they? I used to use the actual Post-it like paper ones, but because I like to reuse things, I bought those to be able to like erase my stuff. I was using pencil eraser on the paper ones, and I couldn't do them anymore. Maisie stole the Pokemon Post-it from the package she sent me. Aw, I'll have to throw a pack in your next package, Laura, because I definitely have more of them. They sent us a ton. It's been a little bit since we've gotten more of them, but oh, Kevin says we have a lot more, so I will definitely throw some in your next package, Laura. Chrissy says, I want VB Post-its. Do they have gear on them? They have the Victorian Varnish logo on them, and they were on the website. I assume they're still on the website. So they do have the Victorian Varnish logo on them, and they're really good stickers. They also have a compass rose on it. They're really good. She also had pens when those came out, which I think are still on the site. They're like twist style, so those were available at the same time. All right, first swatch of this, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, because it's so sheer, I don't see any magnetic pull to it. I do think the second coat will do better, which often happens with thin magnetics like this. It has a really pretty shimmer, obviously. Again, not opaque at all. But it is pretty. Jen says, yes, I'll send you a pic to Chrissy. Chrissy says, thank you, because I love sheer polishes, but I would totally see this as topper. Yes, I will definitely do it over the black, and we will topper this as well. Chrissy says, Jen, thanks. I'm so excited. Jen said, Chrissy, I just followed. Can't send you pics yet. Oh, yeah, I hate that part about Instagram yet. Yes, that's them. Yes, I do have them. They just were, like I said, they were a little buried, and my Pikachu ones were sitting on the desk. Crap, Tammy always come in for my bank account. Right? Tammy, Jen says, I love the VB pin too. Yep, I have that one within reachable distance. Okay, here is the first coat of it, Velvet. I do think you can see the magnetic a bit more. Here, I'm going to actually put these side by side. We don't usually do this, but because this one is so thin. Okay, so this is the bar. This is the velvet. And I feel like, yeah, you can definitely see the velvet better. The pigment has pulled to the edges there. So hopefully that second coat should bring the bar magnet better. So let's do that. Whoop, making a mess. That's what we do here. All right, that goes down there. Let's do our second coat on the bar magnet swatch. Chrissy says, toppers or any sheer like that, never looking in first coat or even second coat on swatch stick. I agree, especially magnetics. Like, I feel like when they're thinner like this, that first coat really just doesn't pull the way you want it to. We experienced that with Lynn B's the other night. But when we did our second coat, it looked better. Oh, y'all, it's just so pretty on its own, honestly. And then when I did my swatches of that Lynn B, I had no problems getting it. It was a little harder to photograph, I won't lie. But as far as getting the magnetic line and all that, I didn't have any problems swatching it. Ooh, look how glowy that is. You can see that line now too. Crystal says, sorry I'm late. No worries. You're fashionably late, Crystal. It's totally fine. Crystal, in my opinion anyways, even the most gorgeous toppers I have are underwhelming on a clear swatch stick. Agreed. We only do the clear swatch stick because it's easier for doing magnetic swatches. It's way easier on the individual sticks. And I don't like doing them on the opaque swatch sticks. A, they're hard to find and they're more expensive. B, again, I just don't feel like it shows the color properly because they're way more opaque than the opaque swatch wheels. I feel like it just messes with the color base. So clear is the option we have, unfortunately, for that. Again, here it is unmagnetized really quick. It's absolutely gorgeous. Gonna throw her down in the velvet zone. And then I am going to take that black. Jen says, there's that line. See, yep, it definitely came better on the second coat. I am also going to take that black. Now, I didn't top coat this, so if we bleed a little, oh, it's all over my hand. If it does bleed a little bit, that's just because of that fact, y'all. But I'm going to do one coat, and we're going to bar magnet this one so you can really see what it does. All right. Ooh, okay, first off, gorgeous over black. Absolutely stunning. Now let's see what happens. All right, she might need a second coat to really get the bar, but I can see the line a little bit. Can I get rid of the glare? Will it? No, nothing I do will get rid of that glare right now. All right, y'all just have to deal with the glare for a second until we pull it up. Okay, I can see the line a bit. I can see it. So maybe it was just that first didn't do so great. Speaking of first, all right, let's go look at the second coats here. Again, this is Voila for the Precious Pearls, Metals, and Magnetics Facebook group. All right, here's your second coat. Now you can see that bar way better. It's very glowy. Again, it's very sheer. I can definitely see this as a topper. I also think it will be really pretty on a naked nail. Like, I just think it's kind of a fun pop, but I think if you want opacity, you're gonna need 3 coats. And I will do a third coat of this one, y'all. I don't usually, but I think we need to see the third coat layered of this. It is very pretty. You can see it over the darker polish that I have on, which, by the way, this is Ribbits Journey Into The Unknown for the Polished Gamer box coming out April 15th. On my right hand, I'll have that in the description. It is matted. And then my left hand is Ribbits I Ain't Ever Coming Down for HHC April. So April 14th is when it comes out. Again, I'll post that stuff in the description too, but get that out of the way. It's beautiful in 2 coats. I do think a third coat is going to really up it. So I'm going to paint on a third and we'll set it down and we'll look at the second velvet. Jen says, oh Lord, take my money. Isn't it so pretty? It's such a versatile polish being on its own and as a topper. And I could see this gorgeous over so many other colors. Chrissy says, oh yeah, I agree. I use the clear in my collection. I switched to the sticks with 3 nails per stick so I can use 3 different bases for my toppers. It's a pain to paint them. Yes, agreed. And I mean, I love y'all, but I ain't got that kind of time. Like I just don't. Like, I don't know how, okay, here it is really gonna unmagnetized. We're going to put it down. That's the third coat for the bar magnet. I don't know how, like, other swatchers, like Latanya, she pre-does some of her first coat and then comes in with her second. I don't know how she does that. I don't have the time for that. I barely have the time to put them on my fingers and take pictures and then do the lives for y'all. So, I don't have time to pre-color swatch sticks. So what I can purchase and be ready is where we go. All right, here it is, velvet. I think it's more opaque in velvet, which we do see that a lot because all that magnetic pigment pulls to the front instead of just being in a single line. It's very pretty. You can see all the gorgeous shifty colors in this. It's really pretty. I will also do a third on the velvet just to see how they are in 3. I should have given y'all label shots on 2. I apologize. You know what? I'll give you a label shot of the velvet in 2 at least while I'm thinking of it. And then I will do the velvet the bar in 3. Okay, well that's not very helpful, is it? All right, well here's your 2. Voila, in 2 coats velvet. Apologies for not doing the line. Let's do a third coat of this one as well, just so we can see what the velvet looks like in 3 too. I don't typically do 3 coats of magnetics because I'm impatient and I don't want to have to magnetize something that long. Here it is again, unmagnetized. It's beautiful and glowy. Let's put that in the velvet zone. Let's take a look at that bar magnet over black. Okay, here it is over black. You can see that line. It's not the most crisp line. It could be because I played with it too long before I set it down on the bar. But this is so pretty. It really turns it into a bluish purple, and then it has more of a green magnetic to it. So obviously gorgeous. Of course, I used a black base, so like opacity-wise, duh, the base is opaque. It is beautiful over black, though. And that was one coat. I'm sure you could do a second coat and get that line even crisper if you wanted to. And then let's take a look at our 3 coats with a bar magnet. Opacity, much better in 3. It's still not going to be fully opaque. I don't think you could ever get it fully opaque. I'm going to do it over this nail because it's not quite as dark. Yeah. I mean, it does obviously hide more of your natural nail, but I don't think we'll ever get this to be fully opaque. That line is beautiful. It is very glowy. I still stand by my ethereal description of this one. It's very, very pretty. And the fact that you could use it over anything and have a magnetic topper, super cool. I feel like this would be gorgeous over a purple. All right, and then let's take a look at 3 coats velvet. All right, okay, we're getting closer to opacity in velvet. Again, because all that pigment just pulls to the front. It's really, really pretty. I like this one a lot. It so glows. I hope I have some good sunlight for this one. I think daylight in general, outside natural lighting is going to be gorgeous, but some sunlight is just going to really make that look even more like metallic smooth. Super, super pretty. Okay, I'm going to zoom y'all out for a second to give you label shots, and then we'll do the next magnetic. I know I didn't do the, like, usually I do 1 coat, 1 coat, 2 coat, 2 coat for the magnetics as well, but because we did it over black, I kind of we just went with this one. This is what happened. Sorry. Oh, don't stick together. Don't stick together. I don't think I've ever done a 3 swatch label shot for y'all. I'm not sure how that's going to work out. All right, so you've got 3 coats of velvet on top, 3 coats of the bar magnet on bottom, and then apparently the black doesn't want to be in the frame, so we'll give you that screenshot in a second. All right, here is 1 coat over black with a bar magnet. They're kind of in screen there. I don't know, y'all. You get the gist. So that is voila for the Precious Pearls Metals Magnetics group on Facebook. It is $13.50, available April 1st at 11 a.m. Central. And that's our first magnetic of the night. We have another magnetic we're going to do. Oh, y'all, I just flipped that swatch upside down. Okay, it's not horrible. Wow. All right. Next magnetic is not labeled. Oh, it's this one. Okay. Next magnetic is Never Have I Ever. And this one, again, all these are $13.50, y'all. This one's description. We have novels here. Is a deep, smoky charcoal base loaded with vivid magenta violet magnetic shimmer and scattered reflective glitter. When magnetized, the shimmer pulls into a glowing ribbon of hot fuchsia and electric purple, creating that classic cat eye beam that looks almost neon against the darker base. Outside the magnetic line, the polish settles into a dusky plum black haze, peppered with reflective glitter that twinkle blue and purple at certain angles. The shimmer has a velvety metallic density, giving it a plush, dimensional look rather than a flat stripe. Overall vibe, it's galactic wine-stained magic, moody, dramatic, and unapologetically shifty. The kind of magnetic that looks alive on the nail and refuses to sit still. This one was named by our Mary Sandberg. All right, get in the magnet so you can see it. Does this give anyone else like witchy Halloween vibes? Is it just me? Maybe it's because it's like purple green and the darn mixing balls in there. It's very shifty. Again, this one is for the Multichrome Madness group. I think I forgot to say that when we started the swatch. I apologize. That line is so pretty though. So pretty. Okay, let's get this on swatch it. So I have a feeling this is going to be a little bit more sheer than what it is in the bottle, especially with it being a blackened base. But let's see. Oh, also, hold please. It is reflective, so let's do the flash on the bottle here. So you can see those reflective glitters, which it said blue and purple. I thought they were green. Let's see them out of the bottle though. Maybe it's the bottle. All right, again, we're gonna do a bar magnet and a velvet swatch. So first coat of Never Have I Ever for the Multi-Chrome Madness group. Yeah, she's a little bit on the thinner side. Again, on that first coat, we'll see what it builds up like. Here it is unmagnetized. Gonna put it down on that bar. Ooh, you can see that line already. If I could stop moving it, stay. Okay, let's do our velvet swatch. Again, really quickly unmagnetized. Y'all, that black polish is going to drive me nuts on my hand. Usually they don't bother me, but it's like it just keeps grabbing my attention. So I'm not going to lie. I'm just going to get a Q-tip and some remover and clean it off really quick. It's distracting to me. I don't know if it was bothering anybody else, but... All right, cool. So first coats of Never Have I Ever. Here it is in our bar magnet. Yeah, definitely on the thinner side. Oh, let's not do the black. Hold on. Switching hands. Yeah, definitely needs a second coat. Which I find a lot of these blackened bases to need 2 coats anyways, sometimes 3. That line is really pretty against that black base. And then if we grab our flashlight, we can show off those reflective glitters. I cannot decide if I love reflective glitters in magnetics or not, because often with reflectives you need a glitter smoother, which then is another layer that you're going to have to magnetize. Though a lot of Sassy's reflectives, I have found I've been able to just do a layer of her top coat, the Tenacious Glaze top coat, and that's been okay. So we'll see when I do my actual swatches if I need a glitter smoother for these or just that Tenacious Glaze. Here it is in its first coat, Velvet. You'll know I love a velvet. I think it's stunning on this. I love the way the pigment pulls. Oh, I keep going to that hand, and it's because it's the black hand that I feel like you're not seeing the opacity contrast. So yeah, definitely needs a second coat for sure. But I love the movement the velvet gives it. And again, if we grab the flash, we can show those reflective glitters. If I can get my hand around my charging cable. I definitely look forward to seeing more reflective sparkle on the second coat as well. It's really shifty though. It's a beautiful purple pink magnetic in that blackened base. So let's do our second coat here for the bar magnet. Oop, okay, I probably should open the polish first. I'm not sure why I closed it. I don't usually close it. That was weird. Okay. Second coat, again, of Never Have I Ever. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling like it's still a little thin. Let's see what happens when we put it down. It's very pretty unmagnetized, and y'all know I'm a firm believer that you don't have to magnetize a magnetic polish. You can do whatever you want with it. Yeah, I think she's still a little bit thin. But again, it may make a cool topper. It could be a smoky topper on top of things. It would kind of smoke out your base too. Let's see what the velvet in 2 coats looks like. Now, I know I have some chronic third coaters in here, so you may not mind doing 3 coats. I don't love doing 3 coats for a magnetic because I hate magnetizing every layer. You could do a magnetic top coat that would then allow you not to do it. So you would apply your 3 coats of the polish of Never Have I Ever, and you would let it dry fully, usually 5 to 10 minutes. Apply your magnetic top coat, then magnetize it, and then top coat and magnetize your top coat to make sure it stays really nice and crisp. That would cut down on some time. I do that occasionally, but for swatches, because I want to make sure I get that nice, beautiful, crisp line, I do every layer and it takes so long. So I don't love 3 coats on magnetics personally, but I know that some don't mind. And that's, again, that's the power of nail polish. You can do whatever you want with it. So here it is in 2 coats. Again, the clear swatch stick's having a difference on the opacity, so maybe on my natural nails, I won't mind the little bit of sheerness. If you had a strong visible nail line, you may want a blurring base coat, which could then eliminate the need for a third coat, or you could put over a deep purple or a deep black, a deep purple or a black base to, again, negate needing 3 coats. But I do find it just a teeny tiny bit more sheer, and I don't think it's just a clear swatch stick. Again, I'm going to put it over the rainbow hand. Yeah, see, I feel like it's just a little, but it also gives a smoky vibe. So maybe 2 coats with a, you know, visible nail line might be fun too, kind of vampy-esque. I do love the glow of that magnetic pigment. And then let's grab our flash so we can show off the reflective sparkles. There we go. Yeah, there's definitely more on that second coat. It's a very pretty polish still. It is a little bit on the darker side for me, just my personal preferences, y'all. But it is very pretty, and I can definitely see a lot of my vampy girls loving this one. Oh boy, y'all. I did not see more comments coming in. Chrissy, that magnetic pigment is so nice. I assume that was to the first one. Be so ethereal and natural nails if that's your style. I wish I could do it, but my neurospicy brain won't accept that. I've said it the last maybe 2 lives, but we have been so blessed with all these third coats lately, and I appreciate it. You are so welcome. Jen says, I agree. Y'all, I just thought you weren't chatting. I know it's Monday, so everyone's busy, but apparently I just need to scroll. I can generally tell exactly how a third coat is going to end up looking for most polishes, but it's nice to actually see it. Some polishes gave definitely not built up I hoped in 3 coats. Yeah, I totally get that too. Also, here's our second coat of velvet, which is gorgeous. I also feel like the opacity, again, yeah, velvet just kind of makes opacity feel more because all that pigment's in the middle. This is so pretty. Chrissy says, oof, this one is already stunning, isn't it? That glow is beautiful. Purple green love. Yes, yes. Laura, 100% Halloween, gorgeous. I'm kind of over reflectives. I'm not done with the sparkles. Give me all the glitter all the time, but I feel that, Laura. I do. Chrissy, no, you're right. This is so witchy and Halloween coated, which is right up my alley. Crystal says beautiful. All right, let me put the flash on here. Chrissy Love says multichrome and most magnetics are always questionable and scary on the first coat. That is very true. I definitely find that with multichromes. I feel like you need a good second coat before you can judge a multichrome. Oh, look at that shift and those reflective twinkles in there. Very pretty. I do definitely prefer this one in the velvet because you get more of the purple pink, less of the black and base. Again, that's my preference. I was typing how some brands reflectives don't really need a glitter smoother, and theirs are pretty good with that one. I totally agree. I have BKL that's kind of similar, and it makes a great topper. Yeah, I could definitely see this as a topper. Hello, our Miss Wiz Just. Oh boy, I butchered that. Welcome in. I'm sorry that I didn't welcome y'all. I swear. I just thought nobody was chatting. I just thought that, you know, everyone was busy. But this would be so fun over a gray, definitely. Richard, I like how there's not a lot of visual texture with the velvet style and reflective glitter. I agree. And again, you know what? Because we've been sitting here for a second, it does have a little texture like reflective does, but not a lot. I think these are going to be fine with just 1 coat of Sassy's Tenacious Glaze top coat. I think it'll be fine. Or your favorite top coat. Tenacious Glaze to me is a little bit thicker than normal. It's not a thick top coat, but it's thicker than some. So, I mean, that could be part of it. To me, it's close to Glisten and Glows, the thickness level, if that makes sense, y'all. Crazy, I should be typing on my laptop way more than I am, but I'm chatty in here tonight. Jen says, I'm usually the talker here. I'll be putting my son to bed. I just thought nobody was talking. I just thought everyone was busy and I was your background noise, and that's fine. I have no problems with that ever. So, yeah, but it was my fault for not scrolling. That's totally on me. Let me get y'all a label shot, and then we're going to move on to our non-magnetic polishes. So here you go. 2 coats of Never Have It Ever for the Multichrome Madness group. You've got your velvet on top and your barn bottom. Again, when I post my swatches, y'all, I always tell you how many coats I did on my swatches. I do think this one might be able to go with 2 coats because I don't have a very strong natural nail line. But that's, you know, if you do, you may want a blurring base coat, so you don't have to do 3 coats of this or put it over a black base or a deepened base. I still think it's beautiful, and I wouldn't skip on this one. I know some people will be like, no, we ain't doing 3 coats, or, you know, I don't want to do a blurring base. I think this is still really pretty, so it wouldn't make me not get it. I would just find a way to only do 2 magnetic layers. If that makes sense, y'all. All right. There's definitely like the perfect amount of visual texture with that one. I agree. Okay, so that's our magnetics. Again, that's $13.50. All the polishes tonight are going to be $13.50. available April 1st, 11 a.m. Let me pull my stuff out of the way so we can go into our normal polishes. We got our good old Sassy Sauce swatch wheel here. And we're going to go into... Yeah, we picked this one up. That's the one we're going with next. We're going with Angel Wings. This is for the Shades of Cyan Facebook group. Again, everything tonight is $13.50. This one is called Angel Wings. It is, each line has a, it's for this group. Please go join this group. So I'm trying to skip that for y'all. This polish is a cool periwinkle slate base, absolutely drenched in luminous rainbow shimmer. The base leans a dusty lavender blue, soft and slightly moody rather than pastel. It's a strong golden copper aurora shimmer blooms across the surface, flashing warm peach and molten gold when the light hits. Scattered reflective glitter, twinkling green, aqua, and pink for extra depth and dimension. The finish reads silky and glassy, with the shimmer layered so it looks like it's glowing from within instead of sitting on top. Overall vibe, it's stormy twilight with a sunset trapped inside. Ethereal, shifty, and quietly dramatic. One of those shades that looks calm in shade and then explodes into glowy moments it catches the light. This was also named by Mary Sandberg. I think this is so gorgeous. I cannot wait to have sunshine to take these swatches. Hello, Jay Hawking. Welcome, welcome. This is beautiful. I am showing off some Sassy Sauce polishes tonight. They are all group customs for Facebook groups. They come out April 1st at 11 a.m. Central on Sassy Sauce. You do not have to be a member of any of these Facebook groups to purchase these. But if you do enjoy these shades, I highly recommend you join the group so you can see other beautiful shades and have access to other group customs like these. So again, y'all, this one is Angel Wings for Shades of Cyan. And let's get our first swatch on the swatch wheel. I'm very excited to see what color this comes out of the bottle. I said periwinkle earlier. I was right on that, but it says that it's a periwinkle kind of slate base. So I'm curious to see how blue we lean versus purple. Ooh, okay, she's really pretty. See, this is my vibe. This is like fairy wings. That shimmer is so glowy. And it does have the reflective glitters in there, so we will put the flashlight on it in just a second. Hello, Zach. Welcome, welcome. Very pretty. Let me grab the flashlight. All right, here it is with flash, so you can see those reflective glitters, which it said green, aqua, and pink. So lots of reflective goodness in here. Very, very pretty. All right, so hello, Monica. Welcome in. All right, since we are on our normal swatch wheel and we discussed last night doing 1 coats of everything and then 2 coats, like continuing that way. So that was our first coat of Angel Wings. Now we're going to go into the second normal polish, not magnetic, not thermal, on the swatch wheel. The second one for the swatch wheel is Chicky for the Yellow Polish Lovers Facebook group. Chrissy says, I always want that shade of polish, but I hate it on myself. I feel that. I totally, that's me with black. I do black manis. I do really cool, glow in the dark things and fun designs for Halloween. And the moment I'm done taking photos, I have to take it off. I just don't like black on me. That's my personal preference. A lot of people are like, oh, it's so good. It's so good. And it's not my favorite. Monica says, what's on your nails? Oh, okay. So again, this will be in the description later. This is Ribbits Stick It's Journey Into The Unknown. It's coming to Polish Gamer Box on the 15th of April. It is matted. And then my left hand is also Ribbits. I ain't ever coming down for HHC. So this comes out April 14th. Again, they are both matted just because that's how I finish my swatches. I do my matte shots last. So that's both of those. They will be in the descriptions as well. She says, I'm liking it. I'm glad that you are. They're both really fun polishes. Okay, Chicky's description, y'all. Again, this is for the Yellow Polish Lovers group. It's $13.50 and it is a soft muted yellow base dusted with playful high contrast sparkle. The base color reads earthy and milky, almost like butter or pistachio cream, giving it a calm, grounded foundation. Floating throughout are fine purple, blue micro glitter flecks, evenly scattered for a speckled confetti-like effect. A warm golden shimmer glows through the center, catching the light in flashes of yellow gold and soft amber. The finish looks smooth and glossy, with the shimmer sitting beneath the glitter for depth instead of texture. Overall vibe, it's enchanted garden energy. Soft, unexpected, and quietly magical, like sunlight hitting moss sprinkled with fairy dust. Again, this is a yellow I can get behind, y'all. I'm not a yellow lover. It doesn't look great on my skin tone. It never has. The only color, if I wear yellow, y'all, it's like mustard yellow for fall. Like that's it. We don't do a lot of yellow here, but this is gorgeous. It's very like golden goddess to me, and I love the purple glitter against it. Was it just purple glitter or was it pink purple glitter? High contrast sparkle. Y'all, I need that blue purple micro glitter. Okay. Monica says, love. Girl, don't mind me. You know, I bust and tardy ask questions. Girl, that's fine. I never have a problem answering y'all's questions. I never have a problem doing a third coat. If you want a third coat or topping things, like I that's what I'm here for. That's why we do this. Jen says butter is a good description. I agree with that completely. Hello, Shay. Yeah, I don't have a problem helping y'all. We are here to help. That's why we do these lives. I want to be as informative and helpful as I can. I am not a gatekeeper here, y'all. I will give you any information you want. I ain't got no secrets. All right, here's the first coat. Now, we are over that opaque swatch wheel, so I think it's having an effect on the opacity level. I feel like this needs a natural nail swatch. Do we need a natural nail swatch? Chrissy Love. This is another shade I want to love, but when I put it on, there's just a no pop or contrast, and I hate it on myself. My yellows have to be swampy, prickly, or ice earring neon. I feel the neon too. Oh, I do love Sassy's neon yellow that's coming to HHC, y'all. Oh, I didn't want to take that one off. Okay, we popped a peely. We're doing it. I have to. Monica sent pink hearts. Shay has says hi. Jen says pop a peely. We did. We popped a peely. And all y'all, also, it came off very clean. I won't even lie. There's a little black still on the edge, but I'm kind of proud of how clean that came off. All right, we're going to do it on the natural nail. Hold on. Let's move some stuff out of the way. I just feel like we can't get the vibes on the swatch wheel. I also feel like I'm getting a little bit better at that. Ooh, okay. See, yeah, it's not that glowy on the swatch wheel. The white opaqueness kind of like, I feel like it sucks some of the life out of it. It looks like a pale glow, but like it's an intense glow. It definitely has more of a golden yellow on the nail. Like almost like a sunshine gold yellow vibe versus the pale-esque butter yellow. Yeah. Swatch wheel didn't do it, y'all. It did not do justice. Look at that. That's crazy to me, the difference in those. Okay, it's beautiful. Chrissy Lev, I've been daydreaming about the upcoming HHC now. Yeah, it's so good. It's so good, Chrissy. Remember, it's part of the duo, so you do have to purchase duo, but the second part of the duo is also gorgeous. I did not want to take those swatches off. All right, so that was first coat, y'all, of Chicky. Now, this one is not reflective. It just has that sparkly glitter in it. So that was our first coats of Chicky. Let's do our second coats because our last one is a thermal, and we will have to do a swatch stick. I will also have to get a swatch stick out because I didn't plan on doing the one magnet over black, but that's a later problem. All right, let's do the second coat of Angel Wings. Again, this one is for the shades of Cyan group, and trying to do a really quick cool periwinkle slate base with rainbow shimmer, dusty lavender blue, strong gold aurora shimmer with a peach molten gold to it, scattered reflective glitter in green, aqua, and pink. I think that's the quick vibe description of this one. So let's do our second coat. Chrissy Love says that looks so much better on the nail than the swatch wheel. Yeah, the other one in the duo is worth it. Yes, both of the Sassy Sauce polishes in the duo are stunning. So I highly, highly recommend those. Okay, let's do second coat of Angel Wings, which is still a beautiful shade. I get fairy vibes. Those are all the words I was trying to say there that just decided to go together. Chrissy says, usually I never like the other half of duos, but this one is going to get me for sure. Yes. Sassy Sauce's HHC Pride Duo. It's so good, y'all. It's so good. And a portion of it, I don't remember if it's $3 or $5 that is going to the Trevor Project. So also going to a good cause. As far as opacity on this one, I'm happy with 2. Okay, that's over black. So obviously that's an extreme opacity test. Here it is over the glitter. I'm happy with 2. I do think some of y'all 3-coaters are going to want a 3rd coat of this. It's super glowy though. Also, these like really vibe together. I think that's super fun, like to have, you know, do one of these as a, what is that word? A special nail. That's not the word I want, y'all. There's a term for it where you pick one nail and that's the pop of color. My brain's not braining, but like, I think these would be great together. You could do all your nails with this and then one pop of this and then all this and then one pop. I don't know. I think they vibe really well together. All right, let me give you a label shot of that. So that is 2 coats of Angel Wings. Again, oh, and I stuck my hand in it, y'all. This is why. We are a mess. Okay, ignore it. I'm going to cut it off the screen. 2 coats of Angel Wings for the Shades of Cyan Facebook group. Again, if you're just joining in, you don't have to be a member of these groups to purchase these. But if you like this style of polish, you should join these groups. Also, it will give you access to other custom polishes each month and other polishes like these. Accent nail. Jesus, thank you all. Jen said it. Jay said it. Chrissy said it. Y'all get my brain. Thank you. All right, so that's 2 coats. Ooh, also we have reflective glitter in here. So let me get the flash out. Duh. And show it with the flash in 2 coats too. So you can see those things. We're ignoring the fact that I stuck my hand in it. Just pretend you don't see that. And it's 2 perfectly beautiful coats. Hoopty says Angel Wings over a deep purple heart. Yes, yes, yes. I bet that would be stunning. Even 1 coat over a deep purple just to really get the shimmer vibes on that. Chrissy, I've been forgetting easy words like that lately too. Oh, that I forget words like that every day. Literally, if there's like a word that I need, I can't. Like I can say it 500 times that day, but then when I'm like, ooh, need that word, it's gone. Super pretty. And I'm getting this polish all everything there. It's all over the swatch wheel now. It adds pizzazz to it, right? It's just more beauty marks, beauty wounds, like our glamour gear. I already did this part, didn't I? But I'm doing it again. Here's 2 coats of Angel Wings in case you forgot to do your screenshot. Y'all, we're all over the place. Okay, let's do our 2nd coat of Chicky, and then we're going to go into that thermal. So Chicky is our yellow polish lover Facebook group custom. Its quick description is a soft muted yellow base dusted with playful high contrast sparkle. It reads almost butter or pistachio cream base colored. And then it has purple blue micro glitter flecks scattered throughout with a warm golden shimmer. And again, this one looks very different on the nail than it does on the swatch wheel. That's why we're doing it on the natural nail too. Chrissy says, ooh, that's a great idea. Deep purple top with Angel Wings would be phenomenal, wouldn't it? I agree. Again, it adds into the fun of polish. You can do whatever you want with it. All right, here's our 2nd coat on the swatch wheel. We know the swatch wheel kind of sucks the life out of it a little bit, so I will do a 2nd coat on my natural nail in just a minute. I feel like these micro glitters are hollow. Is it just me? Am I the only one that feels that? I'm going to put the flash on it. I do think they're hollow. I think we're getting a little bit of rainbow reflection off of it. And look at that shimmer. It's not like super twinkle vibes because it is a purple blue glitter, but I do see some rainbows reflecting off of there. So I do think that it is a micro hollow purple blue glitter. All right, let's do a 2nd coat on my thumb here. I was worried this would be super duper sheer, but I kind of feel like the 2nd coat with all that shimmer is gonna really pull it. Yeah, okay. Again, my 3-coated, okay. If you have a very strong visible nail line, you may want a 3rd coat, you may want a blurring base. I'm pretty happy with this in 2 because that glow is so intense. I do think the camera is making it look just a little bit more saturated than it is, but it is still very clearly more golden than our swatch wheel. Like this has a silvered muted out gold tone to it, where this has a strong yellow gold. But it, again, I feel very like goddess-esque, you know, golden goddess, Just, it's glowy. Again, I'm going to use the word ethereal like we used with our first magnetic. Almost sun-kissed even. It's very pretty. Hello, Marlucal. Oh boy, I'm sure I butchered that. I'm sorry. Do we have a government name? Nope. Instagram says no. So if you'd like me to call you something specific, let me know. This is our second coat though, y'all. Let me give you label shots. So this is Chicky. Again, it's through the Yellow Polish Lovers Facebook group. You do not have to be a member of the group to purchase, but if you like yellow polishes or polishes similar to this, I would join. I highly recommend it. Here's your 2 coats on your swatch wheel of Chicky. And then here is 2 coats on Natural Nail, if I can get it to stop blurring. Chrissy, I wonder if Chicky would work in 1 coat over something like an orange. I do that with a similar tone yellow with a similar formula, and it's so weird and pretty. Oh, I bet it would be really pretty over an orange. I wish I had an orange on my swatch wheel because we could do that. But I bet it would be really pretty, and those purple glitters would pop over top of an orange too. That would be a really sun-kissed look too. Yeah, I could see it being gorgeous over an orange. All right, so that is our swatch wheel business of the night. I need to get 1 more swatch stick because we used it on the black earlier. Boom. I love that they're within reach, y'all. And then we are also going to be doing hot water. I'm going to paint it first, and then we'll do our dippies because there's no point in getting my water and getting it in a mess. Hoopty says I was wondering the same thing. All right, y'all. Hold, please. Let me find an orange. Do we have a preference? Are we thinking pastel orange? Are we thinking vibrant orange? What are we thinking orange? All right. I'm going to pull down 2 orange creams. Actually, you know what? I lied. I'm going to pull down 1 orange cream because most of my orange creams are the same tone. All right. This is the orange I reached for. It is the only orange cream shade I really have because I don't keep a lot of oranges. I won't lie. Let's do a quickie little. I'm going to just do it right here on top of it. Instead of a full swatch wheel of it, I'm just going to go right here. We'll let that dry, and then we'll do it as a topper after we get done with our thermal. Okay? I don't know if that's quite the orange y'all wanted, but that's the orange I reached for. All right, our thermal. Chrissy Love says, yes, the purple glitters would be such a fun addition to a bunch of polishes already like to use sheer shimmery shades over. Yes, I could definitely see it being gorgeous on a lot of things as a topper. Hello, Heather. We are showing off some Sassy Sauce. Welcome in Always Polish Life. I'm showing off Sassy Sauce Group Customs. They come out April 1st at 11 a.m. Central on Sassy Sauce's website. They're all going to be $13.50 a piece. This one here is for the Purple Polish People Facebook group. It's called That's My Type. And we're just getting into this one. So the description is... this looks like a rich electric purple base when cold, kissed with a pink violet shimmer. When warm, the color softly gradients to a milky lavender. A fine pink shimmer floats just under the surface, catching light like a subtle glow. The finish appears smooth, glossy, and glassy, with that lit from within effect when the light hits it. Overall vibe is cosmic violet meets cotton candy glow. It feels dreamy but punchy, very indie polish coated, and absolutely the kind of shade that changes personality depending on lighting. This is really pretty. I did guess that we were going to go to a lilac lavendery-ish color when warm, so I got that right. Jen says, I think pale yellow for the warm of the thermal. Oh, okay. Well, sorry, Jen. I ruined it already before you made your guess. We're going to a light purple. Chrissy says, no, that orange is perfect. Okay, cool. So let's get our first coat here of That's My Type. And while it dries, we'll go and do the topper on the orange, and then we'll go back to do our second coat so they can dry before we dip. Cool. We got a game plan, y'all. All right, first coat. Again, we are on a clear swatch stick, so that does have an effect on the opacity. Keep that in mind. First coat, definitely thinner. I do think that's a little bit, it's not glitter, y'all. I think it's just a little bit of unmixed pigment. I'll throw this on my Vortex mixer after the live just to make sure anything else is pushing. You can see that pink shimmer in there. I think the second coat's going to help with that more. It's a really pretty tone. Oh, let me, again, not use the black swatch. Yeah, definitely need a second coat. But I like this tone of purple. Jen says, LOL, I was wrong. A yellow would be cool, though. Very Easter-esque if we went yellow. Also, because it is for the Purple Polish People Facebook group, it makes sense that we go to a purple. But this is the first coat of That's My Type. I'm going to set it up here so I don't stick my arm in it. I'm going to let that dry for just a second. And we're going to do a coat of Chicky over orange because it has been suggested in the group, and why the heck not? All right, here it is over the orange. Oh boy, my orange was not completely dry. All right. So it does brighten it, but it's still not quite the same tone as the thumb. I think it's pretty. Okay, there it picks up the shimmer a little bit more, but it still didn't give it quite the same as just layering it that I thought it would. Yeah, y'all, I don't love it over the orange. I won't lie. It's not my personal choice. I would just build it up on my natural to get that golden sun-kissed vibe. But I definitely see where we were trying to go. Shimmer is pretty on there, though. All right. So that was our experiment of Chicky over an orange. Let's go back to our thermal of That's My Type and do our second coat. Oh, I bumped you. So sorry. All right, second coat. I feel like I have a lot on the edge there, trying to smooth her out. Okay, here is the second coat. Ooh, she's pretty. Okay, opacity wise, again, y'all, I hate using this black hand because I feel like it just doesn't show that contrast. I'm not mad in 2 coats. I do think, again, visible strong nail line, you may want 3, you may want a blurring base. For me and my nail line, I think I'm gonna be okay with 2. That pink shimmer is way stronger on the second coat. It's very glossy. Obviously, we're not dried down yet, so I do expect this to dry to a little bit of a semi-gloss. But that shimmer is very pretty in here. I love this tone of purple. If you want to see it over the black, which it would be, honestly, I think it'd be a pretty topper over black, but being a thermal, like that, I'm not sure that it's the topper vibes here. I want to dip this, but I know it's not dry. Do we do the good old-fashioned blow on it, y'all? Okay, that definitely is making it less glossy. So we're gonna dry to a semi-gloss. I'm gonna close this bottle really quick. Dang it, how did I stick my finger in that? Look, y'all, we're a mess. Look at that, I stuck right on it. Purple polish everywhere. Ruined the swatch. Good Lord, I'm a mess. Chris said, ooh, that's so interesting and I enjoy it. Yeah, it's pretty over the orange. I do see the vibes. I personally just like it built up on its own better. I think it gives more of a sun-kissed glow look, almost like sunset orangey vibe than over the actual orange. All right, I'm going to give y'all a label shot. We're ignoring the ugly part of this swatch stick. This is 2 coats of That's My Type Cool State. Again, y'all, this is a thermal. All right, and then I am going to get my hot water so we can dip it and get it in its hot state. Crazy says, such a pretty color, but I don't think I can do it. It need to be sheer enough to top something for a fun surprise and transition. I could see that. I love this purple tone. This is the purple that I like, but I definitely understand the hesitant. All right, so here it is. 2 coats, hot. I hate when I get water drops. Like I want you off. There we go. So we did go to a very light purple. The description says a something. Again, long description, trying to find big context words. Why can't I find that? Because I'm reading the wrong description, y'all. I was reading Chicky's group. Okay, so it's electric purple base. With a kiss of pink violet shimmer, and then when warm, it's a soft gradient to a milky lavender, and I agree with that 100%. Again, I feel like that's going to affect the opacity, but it's not bad in 2. You may want 3, but I don't find it bad in 2. Again, it's got that beautiful pinky glow to it. I like this. I think it's beautiful for spring. It very much reminds me of the lilac bush we had at our last house, how the innards of the petals would be darker than the outers. I think it's very pretty. I'm excited to swatch this one. Let me get you a label shot of it. I feel weird having it in my right hand. I don't know. That's just not how we do things here. All right, here is 2 coats of That's My Type. You know what? Let's do this so it's centered for you. One more little dippy. Okay, 2 coats. That's My Type for the Purple Polish People Facebook group. Again, it's $13.50, y'all. They come out April 1st at 11 a.m. Central Time on sassysaucepolish.com. Hello, No Milian. I'm sure I butchered that again. Chrissy, I just can't do a visible nail line. Yeah, I am lucky I don't have a strong visible nail line. So a blurring base definitely would help you in this case. I think everyone got a label shot, but just in case, here it is one more time with a nice clean transition there. We're ignoring the fact I stuck my hand in the swatch. Ooh, Christy said, here I am eating my words. Over white might be incredible. Ooh, yes. I could see a white that would really brighten up that base and make it almost neon even. Yeah, I could see it over in a white base for sure. Okay, let me get this water out of the way. I am turning off my mug warmer. I'm saying it to all of y'all right now so you know, and so I don't accidentally leave it on for 3 days like I did the other day. And I'm finding our info sheet. Here is tonight's info sheet. Let me zoom out a little bit. Info sheet. And we have 2 polishes here. We have our magnetics. Okay, so this one is Chicky. This one here is our angel wings. And then we had our magnetics. So this is, I'm trying to like hold them all at once, y'all, and it is not easy. This was the first one we did, which was Voila. So you have 3 coats on its own. This is Velvet, and this one was our line, our bar magnet, and then we did 1 coat over black. That was Voila for the Precious Pearls, Metals, and Magnetics group. Trying to put all these in the shot for you. Not easy. And then we had our second magnetic, which was for the Multichrome Madness group, Never Have I Ever. 2 coats, bar magnet, Velvet. Jay Hawkins is probably weird, but how would that lavender thermal be over Chicky? Oh, that's a great question. Let's find out. Give me 2 seconds. And then last but not least, we have our thermal. That's My Type for the Purple Polish People Facebook group. Good Lord, y'all. That's so hard to say. All right. Everything's kind of in frame. I don't know if anybody even screenshots this part. It's a mess. But here's tonight's info. I'm going to zoom you out a little bit more. Maybe. There we go. Okay. And these 2 are not, they're just not part of it. All right. There's that. Oh gosh, I always do this and the chat covers everything. So really this was useless and a waste of time. But because we had the question of that over Chicky, let's do it really quick. We're just going to do it over my thumb. I don't know how easy this is going to be to dip in water, but it's what I have voted to do. All right, so we were asked what That's My Type would look like over Chicky, and I did 2 coats of Chicky here, so we're going to do it over that. Chrissy Lev, I've been wanting to try VB Silk Stockings over, or whatever it's called. I love sheer, but the VNL gives me the ick, and I have to remove it immediately. That might be a fun combo. Yes, I really like Silk Stockings. It is a beautiful kind of blurring base, and then it has a glow to it, so everything you put over it has an extra glow. It's a really pretty base. I did swatch it in a video. I cannot tell you what video it was. It was obviously a Victorian varnish video, but I can't tell you how long ago that was. Okay, so let's do this over Chicky. Now, as far as the thermal aspect, oh y'all, that's a really bad swatch. Okay, I'm gonna straight up admit I don't love this. I feel like this is murky. And it's just not it. Also, because of it needing a second layer to be an opaque thermal, I just don't see how well this would work as a topper being a thermal. I don't love it. It was not a great swatch anyways. I apologize we didn't get the thumb, but I just, yeah, not feeling this one. I don't know if I'm cold or hot right now. I'm going to dip it in the hot water and see if anything happens. Oh, okay. So I've dipped half of my finger. Oh yeah, you're going to see it. Yeah. Okay. The hot color looks better than the cold color, but it just kind of makes that gorgeous golden glow disappear. So not my favorite thing. Jay says kind of an oil slick. Chrissy says that combo is so Easter in a bog. Yeah, it's not my favorite thing, y'all. I think they're pretty next to each other. Like you could do an Easter vibe, although if I'm going with that, I'm going to go with the angel wings because next to each other they're kind of pastel vibes. So I would go with this if I was going Easter over this. I just don't think it worked well as a topper personally, but we tried it, you know. Jay says, thank you. You are so welcome. I'm all for experimenting, y'all. So here is tonight's info from the thing. There's a glare. That's one of the problems with not sticking them down, but I do think things focus better tonight without having this behind it. So here was tonight's information. Everything's April 1st, 11 a.m. Central Time on sassysaucepolish.com. Again, these are supposed to be available for the month of April. That is what my info sheet says. I have been told that group customs until they sell out are available, but I'm not sure if that's always the case. So I would mark your calendar for April 1st and make sure you snatch these up in the month of April if you are interested in them. All right, cool beans. I'm gonna flip y'all around. Okay, so that is the 5 Facebook group customs. Again, you do not have to be a part of these Facebook groups to purchase these polishes, but I do highly recommend that you go join these groups. It's not only are you going to find other polishes like them, so obviously the purple polish people, you're going to find other beautiful purple polishes. You're also going to get access to other group custom polishes. These groups specifically do, I believe, monthly group customs by different brands. Each month is a different brand, but you're going to have access to those. Sometimes you do have to be a member to purchase them. Some brands require that. Some of them will cross-check and make sure. Sometimes you have to have a code to get a discount. You can save $1, $2. Sometimes you have to have a code to even purchase them to prove that you are a group member. So there's lots of different things, but I do encourage you to go join these groups. Again, I know we joke that it's going to hurt your pocketbook if you love purples and you go join a purple group, but you also are going to meet other people who love purple polish, so other like-minded people that you can chat with and come up with combos and all that stuff too. I do know some groups do tradings and search ups too, so maybe there's a purple polish that you have been looking for and you cannot find. It's, one of your big, God, my brain's not working. Maybe it's one of your white whales. It's that purple polish you've been looking through destashes for and you cannot find anymore. It's discontinued. Maybe check on the in search of group or in search of page in the purple polish people group, and maybe you'll find it. So I encourage you to go join these groups, but do as you wish. They're all beautiful polishes. I'm very excited to start swatching these. I know some of these needed 3 coats, 2 coats. They were still sheer, vice versa, whatever. In my swatch post, as always, I will label how many coats I did, if I used, a glitter smoothing top coat or not. I don't think any of these are going to require it. Even the reflectives, okay, maybe Angel Wings, it's feeling a little bit more textured than the Never Have I Ever. So I think maybe Angel Wings might need it, but we will see. I will let you know, and if I use one or not. But I always put all that information in my descriptions. It's always there. You can always ask me to. I will answer any questions. Yeah, but these are 5 beautiful polishes coming April 1st to Sassy Sauce's website. Hoopty says, thanks for the stream. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. With all that being said, I'm going to let you guys go and enjoy the rest of your Monday. I hope you have a fantastic week. I will see you again later in the week because I have 2 more lives before the end of March, which y'all is sneaking up so fast. I cannot believe we have 8 days left of March. It's crazy. But yeah, Kevin is cooking dinner now. I can hear it, and y'all know, always hungry. So I'm going to let you go, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.